Well, in an ambience that's beautiful, in an ambience that's calling for a touch of magic, the Wings is providing everything that's special this evening. And I see the near and dear ones of the Lobos and the Ryan family all set and excited. Big number, very much on time to say how much we care and love this family. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome on part of the Ryan as well as the entire Lobo family. Good evening, everybody. I just can't hear you guys. Good evening, everybody. Okay, I don't know, why is my right side a little more heavier? Thank you so much, Arun. The left side, not good enough. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Well, so many known faces, so many friends and dear of Lobo as well as their own family. More excited are their family and their parents on both sides. I'm super excited. I'm sure you are too. Well, on the same note, I see Araditha and Avinash all set to bring their all special people into this auditorium. I only wish that all of us are sitting. You don't need to stand at this point. I will tell you exactly when to stand. But ladies and gentlemen, every time you are there, I want an applause. With that note, I would like to welcome on this beautiful evening that is for Araditha and for Avinash and their families, an evening to remember. Please put your eyes right at the entrance of this auditorium and you see them standing up tall. Put your hands together as I welcome Avinash and Araditha together with everybody special. Well, on the same note, ladies and gentlemen, they open up to bring their little ones, special ones inside. Rina, Lena, and everybody with the tradition of the sado and flowers stepping into this amazing place. Thank you so much for being special. Can I request all of you to kindly be seated. Please take your seats, everybody. Thank you so much. That's so warm in the Indian culture that we are almost prompted to stand up and say, oh, we love you so much more. And that's so warm to see and so nice to see. But thank you so much. You may have to stand for a long time, so that's why I'm saying you may sit down so that everybody, including you, has a good time. Please take your seats. Thank you so much. Well, for the bride and the groom side, there is a special evening in the making. And today, I have the groom side coming all the way, miles away from Mangalore, while the bride side belongs very much to Bangalore, and many of us know them in person. The number may be skewed of how many Mangaloreans are sitting and how many Bangaloreans sitting, but we are not sitting here as Bangaloreans or anywhere on earth. We certainly love the families on both sides. To make it special, I would like to first give it to Avinash's family, and I wish to call upon Avinash's mom and dad, who is certainly feeling very special this evening, along with Avinash's brother, who is really touched to stand for Avinash today, together with his parents. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together? Can I hear it for Hilda and Frederick, along with Ashwin, in your applause, everybody. Lovely. Cheers to everybody. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcoming together with me Frederick, Hilda, and Ashwin. Can I hear an applause loud and clear for the Lobos, everybody? Thank you so much. You're making them feel so special. I like Ashwin really shouldering and standing together with his parents. He's really taking care of them so much for Avinash together. But on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, for the bride's side, there cannot be another bigger day than this. And I'm sure Sharon, Dr. Sharon, and Dr. Ajit must have dreamed of his day for a very, very long time. And today their princess stands very much so beautiful in white, and they are delighted to see you and I together in this auditorium. We would like to make them special. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Can I hear it for Dr. Ajit and Dr. Sharon? Please welcome the Royans, please. Well, in music, in your applause, if there was anything that I missed, can I hear a loud cheer for Dr. Ajit and Dr. Sharon? Everybody! Lovely. It's special to say weddings have a touch of magic where children play a big role. They actually make a lot of fun. They have so much of energy in them. And today, these people have chosen 3 little ones who are standing together as flower girls. And they're super excited from the very beginning, and we would like to make them feel that much more nicer. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear an applause for all the 3 girls over here? I have Atalia, Ahana, and Joylyn. In your applause, little ones. Okay, that's amazing. They were so sweet and nice, but it's very important for us to really respect who they are and get their names. Who is Atalia? Who's Atalia? Who's Atalia? Ladies and gentlemen, the little one standing here is Atalia. Can I see an applause for her, please? Well, Ahana, if you can put your hands up. The one with 1 less teeth right in front is Ahana. Well, the third one should be Joylyn. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. That's Joylyn for us this evening. Amazing. Thank you so much. Well, you've been generous. At this point of time, Avinash and Araditha have chosen a big set of people to say, we have so many people who essentially mean a lot to us, and out of them, these are going to be doing something today, tomorrow, and forever. This is not something they're just going to be standing up today. I'm talking of the entire entourage here, including the best men and the groomsmen, the maid of honor, and the bridesmaids. They're all set to make a grand entrance with some real cool stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear it for the entire team coming up over here? Sent to give us music, the entire team. Put your eyes right on the aisle, everybody.
जो ही बदल की ताल है आहा यूं ही आया एक ख्याल है आहा पाते हमें जिंदगी एक बार क्यों न करे खुल के हम रिश्ता प्यार जाने किसका है हमें इंतजार कि जिंदगी यही है और यही जो भी कल तक बस आरज़ू आहा वो ही पा गए हैं मैं और तू आहा थामे हम हाथों में यूं ही हाथ शहर दिल में घूमेंगे साथ साथ सारे सारे दिन सारी सारी रात बरस रही है एक खुशी है कहीं सूरज की बाहों में अपनी जिंदगी किन एहसासों में बातों में रोशनी सूरज की बाहों में अपनी जिंदगी किन एहसासों में
Wow! On that note where they have set the context and the space right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for all of us to rise and say, we are here for the prince and the princess. They're all super excited. Ladies and gentlemen, it only calls for a loud applause. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear it for Avinash and Araditha? Henceforth, we call them the the Lobos amongst us. Can I be louder?
I love this moment right now.
Everybody there following up.
No one can take it away. So glad it happened and how is what I cherish each day. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. I don't want this to end. Feels so good, feels so real.
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing to see how Araditha and Avinash have essentially put their entire team together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just a pleasure to say that they have essentially put this family together and stitched it together. Can I hear a round of loud chin applause, ladies and gentlemen? One family here. We call them the Lobos. Wow. Well, I have Almeida in the background taking some good pictures and great music this year coming in from Sense, and it's got to be Aril on the console, ladies and gentlemen. Well, when they're taking the pictures and we have pictures, it was not very easy for me to really call out all names, so I said, let's leave it to where we are now. And this is time where we want to hear who is who, and the best man to my right, the tallest guy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Velan, a good and close friend of Avinash.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Shashwat. I am a friend of Avinash.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bantailang. I'm a good friend of Avinash.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Francis. I'm a good friend of Avinash and Araditha.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron, and I'm Avinash's cousin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Glenn, and I'm Avinash's cousin.
Put your hands together for all the gentlemen here, everybody. Well, on the left-hand side, I have very, very charming young girls and the maid of honor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stella. I'm from Bangalore, and I'm close friend of Araditha and Avinash.
Hello everyone, my name is Priyanka. I'm a college friend of Faru.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aruna. I'm a close friend of Araditha, and I work with her.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm from Delhi. I'm a good friend of Aru and Avinash.
Hello everyone, my name is Aishwarya and I'm Araditha's childhood friend.
Hi everyone, I'm Doreen. I'm a good friend of Araditha and Avinash.
Well, we heard some hooting, but can we hear some applause, everybody, for the charming ladies here? Amazing, okay. Well, it's a special moment where Avinash and Araditha celebrate, and I'm sure in church, at the nuptials, there would have been everything that was touched and everything that was essentially prayed that this day and your lives be special and so much more beautiful from here on. But here is the time to open up a celebration, Avinash. Take your hand and come right to the cake so that we have you, your parents, and everybody special here just joining and jumping to the cake. Well, and the girls, if you want to be closer, that'll be nicer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the ambience of a beautiful evening where the near and dear ones have all joined together to celebrate, I request Avinash to hold her hand. And also remember, Avinash, this is your beginning to a new chapter of your life, and Araditha will be there all through that to be there with you. And Araditha, you essentially starting a lovely unit of a family. And I think at this point of time, let this cake be the least remembered, and you cut many more cakes as anniversaries come by, and all of us cheer you every time. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Avinash and Araditha, the Lobos.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Avinash. Araditha.
When I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Who would believe that I could be happy and contented? I used to think that happiness hadn't been invented, but that was in the bad old days before I met you. When I let you, congratulations and jubilations. I want the world.
That's lovely.
I'm happy as
Well,
can be.
in interest of time, all the rest of us will have a bigger piece of the cake. Interest of time. But ladies and gentlemen, on the same note, the sweetness of the cake is certain. I see not a 3-tier, I see a 4-tier cake standing, actually taller than Araditha for certain, equivalent to Avinash. Avinash, why don't you come right in front here? And Araditha also. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they start off a journey in life, which essentially is the two of them and all of us together. I'm certain the vows in the church stand strong. Let your love blossom. You could always acknowledge the love to her. Go ahead and give her the first kiss that you would like to acknowledge in front of us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lobos this time. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. You can take your seats. I request the couple to be back on stage. We're going to have more. Avinash, okay, Araditha on demand has turned back. Okay. Everybody. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can all take his please. Thank you, everybody, for being special. Cheers. Yeah. Well, on the same note, giving us the same sweetness of the cake and the wine, ladies and gentlemen, which we're going to hold on to toasting. I have one name in Bangalore that's been really doing great service, lovely food, very tasty and nice. Shakil leading it with Bangalore Caterers with the cake and the wine. Mogachano, mujhe khalis mogar podla. Well, Saguran Budla, whatever the lyrics said it all, it said it's an evening that essentially is filled with love, it's filled with people who essentially have a lot to do with Avinash and Araditha. I just realized that why do we have such a big gathering this evening is because two things are very clear. One is the association with the family and probably the connections that they hold with their family. And another is the social connection, which essentially makes it that much more stronger and bonds it and cements it more. Two people are going to come and take this mic from me, and one of them, here is a small introduction for him. Works for Google. More than working for Google, Google is a friend. Everybody who essentially starts or probably is starting off any career which has to especially do with technology, I used to always say, do you have the answer? Of course. Where do you have it? I have it on Google. Lovely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the way it is. Somebody who belongs to a family that takes care of society, somebody who takes care of people who need love and care. I'm talking of MFC. That's where the connections all started. That's where the roots of strengthening the bond between Avinash and Araditha also bloomed. But then, to talk about them a little more than what I do now, I have Mr. Pinto. That's the best man standing up here. Velan Pinto do the honors this evening. Put your hands together for him if you have the choice to do that.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start by introducing myself. For those who know me right now, but in case you all didn't know me, my name is Velan. For those who don't get it, it's Velan, out of habit. So there comes a time in every man's life when he meets the love of his life. For Avinash, that day was how many years ago, Aru? Aru, it's been 3 years since I met Avinash. This is not about you. Jokes apart, Avinash and Aru, what a journey and story it has been to come to this day. Truly to say, God was and is in this story. Out of those who do not know the story of how they met, all the single ladies, I'll be available for the rest of the night. And for the rest of you lovely people, please do not disturb. I would like to appreciate how beautiful most of you guys look out over here today. It's good to see that you all have made efforts. Speaking of beautiful, our bride Araditha looks absolutely stunning. Can you make some noise for her, please? And as for Avinash, Aru's beauty tonight is making him look more handsome than he usually is. Or is it? Or is it that I did a good job in masking that he spent 15K yesterday at the salon? Ladies and gentlemen, it's said that opposites attract, but not in this case. Aru and Avinash are so similar, isn't it, guys? Yes, just because I said so. Who told you that? Aru is someone very focused, determined, strong-willed, and does not buy into things easily. So much so that when Avinash confessed his feelings for her and told her that he had been observing her, her response word to word was, "You were observing me? Really?" Avinash is very benevolent, solicitous. Bro, I asked you to describe yourself in easy words. Okay, anyways, I'll continue with what I have to say about you. For the time that I have known Avinash, without a doubt, he's been a calm, caring, very understanding, humble, responsible, and goes out of the way to be helpful. I am so overjoyed and praise the Almighty God for having y'all destined for each other. A few cautionary notes along with some good luck before I end. For Avinash's rose, I got a chance to meet some of his colleagues, college mates, cousins, friends, and family. Turns out he was pretty useless in most of the outdoor activities. But Aru, we wish you luck with him for tonight with some closed door activities. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate Aru and Avinash. And for that, I'm gonna count to the number of drinks we're gonna have. And as I count, I would want you to give me a yeah in response. Are you guys with me? So ladies and gentlemen, Tonight, we celebrate Aru and Avinash. For that, we're gonna have one drink for the night. Response, please. We're gonna have 2 drinks for the night. Loudly. We're gonna have 3 drinks for the night. Are we tipsy? Not yet. We're gonna have 4 drinks for the night. No? We're gonna have 5 drinks for the night. Guys, louder. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be no alcohol served tonight.
Well, lovely. That was Will and Pinto touching upon both of them, how they know and what and how it's connected. But ladies and gentlemen, don't take it seriously. 5 drinks for the night, there are cops standing outside. Well, to take it together, ladies and gentlemen, there's one more person who's going to come together to raise his glass and probably say cheers. And it's my privilege and honor to introduce him to this very august gathering. Again, worked with a very prestigious organization, SAP, and at that place, he's been recognized for all the good things that he's done to the organization. Well, that is certainly one nice thing about him, which essentially speaks about his personal potential and personality. There's one more thing that's equally nicer. That is, he's married for 20 years to really come up and stand here with experience to say what it means to be in marriage, and essentially what it means to be with a partner this long. And he's blessed with 1 son, Samuel, and his better half is also here, probably Jessica. Now, Jessa, okay, if that's pronounced wrongly. Well, I beg your pardon. Well, that's not important. Jokes apart. I told you there are more things that make him that much more special and that much more nicer. I talked about friends, how they're connected and what their roots are. And I think the best thing that has happened to all of them is they have tried to serve the other and gone together with the Missionaries Families of Christ, MFC, and ladies and gentlemen, it also seems to be that this person whom I'm talking about has a lot of influence on Avinash and Araditha. And he's been chosen to be somebody who represents you and me and will stand here to raise the toast. And if I have to say there is little more to this, there's much more to that to really say. But then without wasting any time, I want your applause. Put it together for Prajwal Valentine Pinto to raise the toast this evening, everybody.
Firstly, I should thank the MC for giving me another wife.
I didn't do that, buddy. Everybody, make a note. Thank you so much.
Thankfully, Jesse is not here. Okay. Yeah, I'll do. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, when Avinash and Araditha, you guys can sit. There's no punishment. Sit down. It's okay. I know that's tradition, but I'm breaking some. Okay, so when Araditha and Avinash said that I need to raise this toast, they said it needs to be short. So I told them that my toast is going to be like a mini skirt. It's going to be short, but I'll cover all the essentials. Devori san tiung sakranki, anga zamlanka, Avinash and Maga sanglen don sop da kongnen duli jamno, dekon don sop dalani urle pura English anduletam. Okay, so there's a saying that says a bell is no bell till you ring. A song is no song till it is sung. Love in your heart is not put there to stay, because love is not love till you give it away. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see a beautiful couple, Avinash and Araditha, who have given love to one another. They don't look like the ones who will talk. You know, I always have this question, who first said I love you? But after the kiss, I'm not going to ask that. You know, a quick introduction about the family, which is the most important part. We have Araditha Karnal-Royan, the only child of Dr. Ajit Royan and Dr. Azumta Sharon. Okay, so Dr. Ajit, they have given me the full name, so I better say that. Dad, Dr. Ajit Benedict Royan, is the medical director of HOSMAT. I have heard he's a very good doctor. You have any bone problems, you know you have to call Araditha first. Yeah. And then we have Araditha's mom, Dr. Azumta Sharon, a consultant at Novotexet, Bangalore. They also have another member in the house, a Fox. Huh? Yeah, Ricky. How many of you know Ricky? Good. I have not yet met him. Okay, so Fox Terrier named Ricky. Okay, and I heard that Araditha loves dogs a lot. I never said anything. Okay, now Araditha holds a MSc in Finance from Virginia Commonwealth University, USA. She is currently working as a senior finance analyst for Hisab Funds, India's first secondary fund. Now, Avinash knows something. She's a finance analyst. She's going to clearly check all your debits and your credits, and she will tally your balance sheet always. You don't have to worry about that. Although Araditha may seem a very reserved person, the first time I met Araditha, I was thinking that she doesn't talk. Then I met Avinash, and I knew he also doesn't talk. Yeah? But Araditha, though she's a very reserved person, is a very vibrant soul. A very energy-filled person. Okay? She is a highly creative and a very well-organized girl. Okay? When Avinash and Araditha decided to, arrange everything for this wedding, Avinash told me, bro, he calls me Dattu. He says, Dattu, I am super, safe because she's a very well organizer. She takes care of everything. And if you have a wedding planner like Araditha, you don't have to worry. So all the single men and women, you know where to go when you really want to get married. Okay? And Araditha's heart is a heart of service. Okay, I've seen this as being part of this community, a very responsible person, a person who takes care of her family as well as community, a person, if you have given her a responsibility, will do it to the T. Araditha, please know, the man is the head of the family. Do you agree? She already laughed. Yeah, and Avinash, know that the wife is the neck of the family. The wife decides where the head has to turn. If you got a little happy, that is what it is. Once there was a woman who was married for 40 years, and there was a person who walked up to her and asked her, what is that you enjoy the most in a fight? So the woman said, the argument. And that man was shocked, and he said, why argument? She says, arguing with my husband is fun. Even though he wins, he knows he's lost it. For those of you who are married, I've got the joke. The unmarried ones, wait for some time. Okay, now moving on to Avinash Clinton Lobo, the second son of Mr. Frederick Lobo and Mrs. Hilda Lobo. Dad Frederick Lobo was working for several years in Kuwait and Saudi, and now is retired and is at home, enjoying his retired life in Mudbidri. Okay, Mom Hilda Lobo, a homemaker, and is the manager of the house. Most of the people think that being a homemaker is not enough job. Try staying at home and doing once. It's a thankless job and a lot to do. So Mom, the homemaker, also takes care of their agricultural land at Mudbidri. They have, Avinash has an elder brother, Ashwin Preetham Lobo, has completed his master's in computer applications and works as a senior engineer for American Express in Bangalore. Now coming on to Avinash. Has completed his master in data science and engineering and currently working in US firm called Avinash through Tata Consultancy Services. Now I asked Araditha to put in few words of what do you think about Avinash. Now Araditha says that he's a very humble, simple, a calm individual. Okay? He reminds me in many ways like my father. That is what Araditha said. I smiled. Guess why? At least now she'll listen to Avinash. Yeah, she reminds her of the father. A very God-fearing man, a person whom I have had the privilege, he stayed with us in our home during Easter, a very good cook, a very loving soul. Araditha also said, with a bright smile and a handsome look, he truly stands out in any occasion. Now you really know why they are together over here. Because every time Araditha came for a meeting, I think he was looking at this bright smile and handsome looking man. And then she said, hallelujah. Yeah. A naturally very shy person. He doesn't speak in the first occasion, both of them. And once you know them, it's fun to be around with them. Now both Avinash and Araditha are part of the missionary families of Christ. They serve the Lord. They serve with the youngsters, with the youth, with the working professionals. And they give their talent and treasure and time to building the kingdom. In many campuses and many places where they've got opportunities to speak about Christ, they have stood tall and they have spoken. Now, you might have heard this. Marriages are made in heaven, and so are, nobody knows this, thunderstorms. Marriages have 3 rings. Engagement ring, wedding. How many of you are suffering? Yeah. Marriage is incomplete until you are married, and then you are finished. When a newly married man looks happy, we know why. But when he's happy after 10 years, we wonder why. You know, marriages are made in heaven, so are thunderstorms. We would have heard so many jokes about marriage and how, devastating marriage can be for you. Yet, we might be imagining why people get married. Okay, but let me correct one thing, ladies and gentlemen, and for Avinash and Araditha. It said 3 to get married. Bishop Fulton Sheen has written a book called 3 to get married. And Avinash and Araditha, this first part of thought, that it is always 3 to get married. That is you both and with Jesus. And without Jesus, your marriage is incomplete. And without Jesus, you cannot ever expect yourselves to be happy, joyful. You know, there are going to be storms, there are going to be troubles. Marriage is not a bed of roses. 20 years of experience. I'm not saying it is bad, but at the same time, I'm saying it's not something that you can just walk through with. So Jesus is the most important person in your marriage. You know why, ladies and gentlemen, I'll close in just 2 minutes, but one question before that. Why does a man wear black and a woman wear white for the wedding? A man wears black because it is said that it is his day of death. That means he dies and he lives for her. Is that okay? Yeah, and Avinash is doing that. Yeah, he's dying to himself for her. But why does the woman wear white? You know, somebody told me when I said, why does a woman wear white from the crowd? Because she's going to be the ghost of his life. Yeah, that's not true. The woman wears white because she signifies purity. And there is a time during this entire function where she's going to go and change into a sado, into a sari. She's going to wear red, which signifies fertility. That their family may grow and that they may bring more people to know Christ into their family and grow their family. Now, I just want to end this toast with 3 points. 20 years, I can give you 3 points to carry. The first point, or the first mantra, is love. You know, love your wife, love your husband. Love is beyond everything else. There is nothing other than love that we need to stand with. I know Father said in the sermon today that love is the most abused word. Yeah, but love can be the most important word in your life. Second is forgiveness. Be quick to forgive. It is not important who says sorry. Anyone who says sorry first is not the one who's done the fault. It can be the one who's letting go of his ego and his pride to have this relationship stronger. Okay? And the third one is communication. Whatever you do, whenever you do, whatever you're planning to, what is in your mind, please communicate with your spouse so that your marriage can stay strong. You know, there was this wedding ceremony happening, and the priest usually in the earlier days is to ask the crowd, does anyone have objection towards this marriage? You know, and the priest asked just before the nuptial rites, he said, does anybody have objection towards this marriage? And there is one woman from the back of the bench lifted a hand up and said, Father! And she picked up a child and started walking towards the altar. The whole church was silent. The groom was shaking in his legs because he doesn't know who this woman is. She walks up to the front and sits on the first bench. And Father says, what happened? She says, no, Father, I couldn't hear clearly from behind. Avinash and Araditha, this could be one confusion in life, and that's why I said communicate. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to end with a verse from the Bible which says from 1 John 4:7-8. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. And whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. And anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. If you all are having your glasses with you, I would request you all to kindly raise your glasses for this beautiful couple, Avinash and Araditha, that their marriage be powerful, be wonderful, be filled with joy, be filled with loveliness in their life, and that they may walk as an example of true marriage. Here's to Avinash and Araditha. Cheers.
Well, we had knowledge, advice, humor, and he put it all together in the best possible ways. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Prajwal Pinto. Well, on the note that he has said, cheers, thanks so much, Prajwal, for that. It's also a celebration where Araditha and Avinash have so many emotions to share. And those emotions could also have a lot of connections to who is here, who is not here. And they would like to share that together with this and come up over here to give it an apt reply. And did you have your wine? Did you have your wine? You want to have wine? Okay, they want to come up and first say the words and then say, let's say cheers again. Araditha and Avinash in the reply to the toast.
Good evening, one and all. I'll start in Konkani and followed by Araditha in English. Survang Devbari San Magta. Poilan Poile, Arganita, the Nia Devakul. I saw this Maka Pavakilak, Ani Makani, Araditaka, Kazaracha Sacramentan, the Sangatadilak. On Devbari Kurumanta, Maja Papa Mamik, Tani Lanton Maka, Bora Shikab Dila, Bora Shaguna Niwadela. आणि एक बऱ्या फुडाराची वाट दिल्या तुमच्या त्यागाक तुमच्या मोगाक आनी सॅक्रिफिसाक पप्पा आनी मम्मी तुमकां हांव आभारी जावन आसा आनी तुमकां हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा तशेंच हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा म्हज्या मोगाल धाडटोकू हर एका काजाराच्या हर एका कामांत ताणें मुखार रावन म्हाका सहकार दिला आनी हर एक रितीन ताणें सोर कामां संपोवंक ताणें सहकार दिला आसता ताका हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा हांव उगडास काडटां देवा दिन जाल्ल्या सर म्हज्या कुटुंबा सांग्यांचो ती हांगासर नान जाल्यारी ती देवाची बेसांव मागून धाडटात म्हूण हांव पातयेतां आनी तांच्या आत्म्याक हांव ससनाचो विशय मागतां हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा म्हज्या मामांचो मामयांचो आकयांचो म्हज्या कजिन्सांचो आनी म्हजेर आनी म्हज्या कुटुंबाचेर व्हरतो मोग दवरनो म्हज्या आनी आरतीच्या ह्या संतोशान भाग्य घेवंक हांगासर आयिल्ल्या तुमकां सर्वांक हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा हांव देव बरें करूं म्हणटा प्रत्येक तरान हांगासर जमल्ल्या तुमकां सर्वांचो म्हजे माय कॉलिग्स आर हियर माय फ्रेंड्स आर हियर माय community members are here so to all of you I'll thank you with I'll thank you one and all and your presence makes a lot to me and Aru, and we are grateful for your love and support. Thank you, one and all.
Well, Araditha.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Avinash and myself, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you for joining us today and for making this celebration so special. Your presence here means a lot to us, and we are truly blessed to share this joyous occasion with our close family members, friends, and loved ones. First and foremost, we thank God the Almighty for helping us to find each other, for blessing us with this beautiful day, and for guiding us as we embark on this journey together. To my parents, Dada and Mama, thank you for your unconditional love, endless support, and for being the strong pillars in my life all these years. I am forever grateful to you for all that you have done for me, and I love you both a lot. I would also like to thank my new parents for welcoming me into their family and being so caring and loving towards me. And to my brand new husband. I searched and searched and gave up many times on finding a practicing Catholic boy, but I finally found someone who exceeded my expectations in many ways. Thank you, Avinash, for being so caring, loving, accommodating, and understanding. I'm waiting to make life more adventurous with you by my side. To my relatives, bridesmaids, groomsmen, and friends, thank you for standing by through all the planning, preparations, and occasional chaos. Your encouragement, help, and advice have been invaluable. A big thank you to our amazing vendors and their teams that helped make this day so memorable. The decorator, Mr. David, who is in charge of this hall, the MC, Mr. Senek, the caterer, Mr. Shakil and his team, the photographer, Mr. Almeida and his team, and the Toastmaster, Mr. Prajwal Pinto, who gave us a lot of good advice and also made the toast really humorous. So thank you so much, Prajwal, for doing that. And we also would like to thank Mr. Velan Pinto for his wonderful best man speech. And everyone else who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. Thank you for bringing our dream to life, and we are so grateful for all of you. To our guests who have traveled from near and far, thank you for taking the time to celebrate with us. Your love and support mean a lot to us. Finally, a special thanks to everyone who shared their wishes, blessings, and thoughtful gifts. We are immensely grateful for your love. As we conclude, we invite you to enjoy this evening with us. Thank you all once again for making today so unforgettable. God bless and thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Araditha and Avinash in a reply to the toast. And I'm certain they touched everybody special in their lives. And if there is a moment where today they celebrate, I think it's a beginning to a new life together as husband and wife. To this moment where we all celebrate more anniversaries and more cheerful moments from here. Cheers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the celebration is taking a good shape and things are going absolutely well. Thank you so much, Aril. Great music. We have a lot of people who have essentially come from near and far. And today, amongst the guests, we are definitely privileged and honored to have the Archbishop of Bangalore Diocese, Reverend Dr. Peter Machado. I request the parents to kindly accompany the Archbishop up on stage and come in together. Just join us up. Well, the Archbishop, Reverend Dr. Peter Machado. Put your hands together for ladies and gentlemen. It's a very cheerful moment to have you, sir. Well, at this point of time where the Archbishop is over here, I request Ashita to come and help us. We would like to also felicitate him for coming and joining us over here. It's just a pleasure and honor to have you, Father. And I request Avinash to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cheer them. And I'll have Araditha also giving him the respect with a basket of fruits for him. Cheers. Thank you so much, Reverend. It was a pleasure having you, Father. Well, on the same note, where I request the best man and the bridesmaid to take your seats, there is celebration, there is cheer, there is joy, but at the same time, there are mixed emotions in some of our minds. And I'm sure in most of our minds, it's joy. But in one person's mind, there is a big question mark that always comes up when he has to come to this moment of the life where things are beautiful, but then questions always linger around. And I'm talking about none other than Dr. Ajit Royan, who is the very proud dad of Araditha, who is happy, But then he may be having so many questions in his heart and mind, saying that, will Avinash take care of my little angel as much as he has done till all these days? I'm sure Dr. Sharon Asumta also is saying yes to that. I request Dr. Ajit to step up to the stage and take her hand in a small dance so that we all together to see that moment special. I request Dr. Ajit to take his lovely princess's hand down. Amazing. Well, he holds her hand to dance one other dance, which essentially makes this evening special. And today for Araditha, in her dad's arms again, it's going to be a pleasure before he hands it to Avinash. Dr. Ajit, Araditha.
Your mom and I are a mess, seeing you in that dress. Our little girl is now grown, and I remember how sweet when you danced on my feet. Now you stand on your own. You'll always be my little girl, my whole life, my whole world, my little girl. And this dance is more than just a dance. It gives me one more chance to show the world how proud I am of you. And as we dance, dance around this room like we did when you were two. My little girl, this dance is just for you. As you walk down the aisle, such a beautiful smile, beauty only God could create. Tears fill my eyes as I realize I have to give you away. You'll always be my little girl. And this dance is more than just a dance. It gives me one more chance to show the world how proud I am of you. And as we dance, dance around this room like we did when you were two. My little girl, this dance is just for you.
Well, this stands. Give me one more chance. Avinash stands up. Ladies and gentlemen, put hands together loud and clear for Dr. Ajit. He takes her right hand and gives it into Avinash's hand to take on the first dance. I'm sure. Avinash, you want to give him a big hug? Lovely. Cheers. Well, thank you, Dr. Ajit. It's amazing having you. Well, he steps forward. He steps forward to take her hand and take that very first step of dancing, which essentially makes him hers and him hers. Ladies and gentlemen, Avinash, Araditha.
Not sure if you know this, but when we first met, I got so nervous I couldn't speak. In that very moment, I found the one, and my life had found its missing piece. So as long as I live, I love you. Will heaven hold you? You look so beautiful in white, and from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. say to the world, you're my every reason. You're all that I believe in. With all my heart, I mean every word. So as long as I live, I love you. Will heaven hold you? You look so beautiful in white. And from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. You look so beautiful in white. Yeah, yeah. Na 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 na. You're so beautiful in white tonight.
You look beautiful in white. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear a loud cheer, everybody? Amazing. You certainly look beautiful in white. Avinash, it's your chance to take your beautiful bride down to the audience together so that we all dancing together with both of you. Please take her hand and step down. Well, as they move down to join you people, I wish all of us stand up for a minute. Can we all stand up for a minute? I request everybody to kindly stand up so that you've been sitting for a while and it's only nice for us to really ease ourselves up. And a lot of guests who come and join us just in a moment are also standing for a while. It'll be nice for us. Araditha hangasar tancha kazaracha या ग्रँडमा चांत सोमेसानी हांगासर पात्र घेवन सो आनी मुखार येवचे आनी तांचे वटू नाचोंक आमी हांगासर अवकाश घेवन सो. Well, to all of us who are standing, I believe that you may join them when they're coming in, which is a pleasure. That's okay. Otherwise, you can sit down. And you know, if you're not coming and joining, you can sit down. But if you're coming, it's fine. But ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like joining at any time, be our guest. It'll be a pleasure. Well, to all of us who are ready, I just want to count it and see how we are ready. Some pep up Airlon music to their sense. Well, on your toes, everybody. Okay, boys and girls, on your toes, everybody. To all our friends over here, can you put your hands together? Can you put your hands together? Let's put it in the rhythm of sense. 1, 2, 1, 2 for Araditha and Avinash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just for the couple, put your hands down. Let them go. Well, can I now make the arc, everybody? Okay, just for Araditha and Avinash. Okay, hands down, hands up, hands together, hands together. Hands down, hands together, please. Love. Okay, let's go, people. Hands down, hands down, hands down. Put your hands together, let the aisle be open, no? Thank you so much. You can leave your hands, put your hands down. Put your hands together. Leave your hands and put your hands together. Okay, put your hands together, thank you so much. Put your hands together, thank you so much. Thank you so much, love. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you so much. Put your hands together. Okay, leave your hands, put your hands together. Arul. Hands on, put your hands together. Lovely. Leave your hands, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Okay, you leave your hands, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Leave your hands, put your hands together. Okay, leave your hands, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Leave your hands, put your hands together. Okay, leave your hands. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, you could leave your hands, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You could leave your hands, put your hands together. Thank you so much. Well. In a circle, everybody. In a circle, everybody. Dr. Ajit. Dr. Ajit, in a circle, please. Clockwise. Clockwise, everybody. Come on, everybody. Please join in. Please join in. Come on, everybody, clockwise direction. Come on, squeeze in a little more closer, people. Arul, can you come in? Arul. Oh, and the Saints. Put your hands together, everybody. Your hands, everybody. Loud. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Can I hear it louder? One more time. Can I hear an applause for all of us, everybody? Can it be loud and clear, everybody? Woo! Lovely. An applause for thank you so much, people. Avinash and Araditha, I think they all deserve a big thank you from you, and that's going to really make them feel so much glad for being here. Can I hear it on the count of 3? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you, everyone.
Put hands together, everybody. Lovely. Okay, check your partners, people. Let's dance one dance together with them. Very close. Can I have all of us checking your partners? If there are more people in the gathering who are standing up and have not found a chair, I think it's best time to come and take a partner and dance on the floor. Can I have everybody on the floor, please? Sense. Everybody with your partners, please.
Goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah. Lonely riverside, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, I still mind the unchained melody. Put hands together for all the couples on the floor. Thank you so much, people, for joining this. Well, thank you so much, Aril. Avinash, put hands together for everybody. In the interest of time, I'm cutting this short. Thank you, everybody. We'll come back to you in dancing in a while, but then I want to take the couple right on the stage at this point. Well, I request Reverend Father Alvin Rex to kindly come up, if you can listen to me for the Reverend Father, to kindly come up here and lead us into the grace so that we all can have this dinner together that the hosts have prepared for us this evening with the grace of the Lord. Reverend Alvin Rex. Can I request Reverend Father Francis D'Souza to also join me up here, please? Well, we have another reverend over here who's also like family or a part of the family, Reverend Father Francis D'Souza. Reverend Father Francis, again somebody very close to most of us, will be here to bless and have us together on the grace.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, I want to thank you for this beautiful evening, and thank you for all the celebrations that we are having. And we continue to be with us. And especially we ask you to bless this food that has lovingly been prepared for us. Bless all of us who partake in this meal, and bless our time together that we may cherish beautiful memories. And we ask you to bless this meal. Bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts, which you are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Father Francis D'Souza, for the grace that you have essentially led us to and the blessings on the food and the people over here. It's time to really come in. I'll announce it in a while. Just give me a minute. Well, it's time for the sadhu to come in. I request the groom's mom to step in over here and come in to join us to take the bride. Ulodita, Hilda, Mukarionche, Tashensa, I request Asumta Sharon to also come in. The ladies on both sides may wish to come in and join us in taking the bride to the green room for the sadhu. I request you to all come and join us. In the meantime, I have this announcement. On behalf of both the hosts, that is Dr. Ajit and the groom's dad, that is Frederick Lobo, there's an invitation to all the guests to enjoy the evening's dinner, which is hosted by them. We have Bangalore caterers, Shakil and team, who are serving us delicious food. Your information, the vegetarian counters are on my right-hand side. You have to go outside. That's at the entrance. You take the first right. On the entrance from here, you take a right here as you go out. That is, vegetarian counters are there. For people who enjoy non-vegetarian food, you may have to step one floor down. It's in the basement. There are non-vegetarian food counters which have been assembled by Bangalore caterers. Going there to the vegetarian as well as non-vegetarian counters as we see the sadhu happening. To all our guests who are joining and waiting for wishing, remember, the bride will be gone for the change of the sadhu and come back in 30 minutes. So wishing and blessing will be only after that. You may enjoy your dinner and come back with more for that. Thank you so much.